back. I'm JD Melville.
And I'm David Landeen, and welcome to the Adhocracy show, where every week we geek out about advertising, marketing, art, and design.
If you are here for the first time, thank you so much for joining us. Click the subscribe button below. That'll let you know when we have a new show.
Now, we have new shows Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, so make sure you catch all of those.
Yeah, Monday is news, Wednesday is our show, and Friday we have fun.
Now, it's the day after Valentine's Day, and whether you're talking to a loved one or a target audience, we're all about communication in our field.
Everything we do is about communication. Whether that's advertising, marketing, art, or design, everything you do is communicating something. So it's important to make sure that you're communicating correctly in the different mediums.
Now, one of the most precarious and prevalent ways of communication is texting. It's something that's hard to communicate because you can't actually see the person.
Yeah, and texting had a very humble beginning. I remember it started with pagers. Doctors had pagers always, and you get the text. You could actually text someone, you call, and then you would actually punch in what you wanted to text. That moved to the phone, and I mean, when you had the phone, you only had like 50 or 100 texts that you had per month.
They were precious.
They were very precious, and you only had a couple of characters that you could put out there. So you really had to shorten things. It had to be quick. You didn't really want to embellish like you can today.
Yeah. Now you compound the limited text count and the limited amount of text you could do and all these things, and this language started to form with a generation, our generation.
Yeah, and there was never really a style guide to how texting should work. I mean, the generation before us, they learned how to write letters, memos, faxes. They were very structured. You should do them in a very professional way.
You always put the comma here. You always put the period here. You always start off and end certain ways. There were specific rules and entire books about style guides for that. That doesn't come with texting.
Yeah, and now we have three different generations. A generation that grew up with those rules of letters, faxes, memos. Those things were very formal. Our generation that grew up with technology, we've adopted these things. And a younger generation who are new to the game and they're communicating through text.
Yeah, they're native texting language speakers. Anyway, so texting is a conversation. It has a conversational tone. You read a text as if the person is talking to you. But without hearing the person talking to you, you don't know what tone that is. And it can be very easily misinterpreted. Now, seeing as yesterday is Valentine's Day, you may have experienced that.
You may have gotten a couple of texts that you may read wrong, or maybe you over-texted them back and they're not texting you again.
And then you show up on their door with flowers and you're like, hey, look at this. And then they're like, no, I didn't mean it that way. And then you're kind of sad and you take the flowers, you throw them on the ground, and you sit on the ground and you start crying. And
that sounds very personal. Don't fear, though. We're here for you. We'll help you learn how to text. We're going to go over a couple of points and give you some examples as well.
So here we have some rules of thumb
to keep you from misunderstandings, misinterpretation, and miscommunication.
With the misses. Oh, all right. So, number one, tone. When you text, remember, they don't know what tone you're using.
They can't see your face.
So, are you being serious? Are you being funny? Are you being sarcastic? Sarcasm through text is very, very difficult. That's like upper level texting here. Don't attempt it, okay? Don't attempt it.
The second thing is length. How long you text or how short it might be, that can really kind of show a lot of different things. For example, say
this is the long to short.
Yeah.
So if I text JD and I'm like, hey, I have this great idea, and I spell the whole thing out to him in very great detail for an episode on the show, example, and then he texts back.
Okay.
How do I take that? Does he not like my idea? I mean, okay, what does okay mean? Is he saying, we'll talk about it later, I don't have time to talk right now? Maybe he's like really busy, or maybe he doesn't like the idea, but he doesn't know how to tell me that. Like I said, it's hard to know. But the opposite of that is also true. If somebody texts you and says, hey, like, let's say a girl texts and like, hey, do you want to go out sometime? Or somebody's like, hey, do you want to hang out?
and you just overload them with 5 texts explaining how you're going to go out, you're going to fall in love, you're going to get married, you'll have 3 kids, a house, and a dog. That might be a little much.
Yeah.
You're going to seem over eager and too excited.
And that might, kind of push them too hard.
Maybe.
So, next one is punctuation. Punctuation has changed a lot when it comes to texting. The period. That means like kind of firm statement, has more of a serious tone to it, putting the period at the end of the statement.
Yeah, and this is something that the older generation, being grown up with rules and regulations, and you have to put a period at the end of a sentence,
they can come off as a little harsh.
They can come off really harsh, where they might mean something completely happy. Exclamation points. Exclamation points kind of show playfulness or happiness or excitement.
Be careful with exclamation points, though. All right, 1 is good, but that doesn't mean that 2 is better. All right? Sometimes, again, if in that giant text detailing how you're going to end up with a dog and a car and a house, you end each one of those with an exclamation point.
You're going to seem psycho.
Oh yeah, they're calling the cops. Your number is blocked on their phone.
Now, ellipses are one that I use a lot. They can show thoughtfulness. They can show a pause in the way you say something, especially if you're being conversational. They can be fun to use, but you also want to use them somewhat sparingly.
Now, apostrophes, semicolons, and other precise punctuation is too much. All right.
Just leave it out.
Yeah, just don't worry about that. Again, this kind of spawns from when there was a character count and you couldn't type out that many characters. You would leave out any unnecessary punctuation.
Yeah.
So we now have this form of where the older generation thinks of us as not understanding punctuation and not ever using it. Well, look, it's a different language. All right. Now, the next thing is emojis and text lingo. This is the heart of the tonal center of texting. This is where you really get that emotion and that tone set.
And a lot of people may not like emojis. They may not like the informality of what that communicates. But you can communicate a lot of feeling that may not come through on your text. So if you're texting something really maybe sort of forward, you can kind of make a smiley or a winky face at the end, and it softens that.
Yeah. Now, what started off as a playful use of punctuation, where you would put the semicolon and the parenthesis, and then it became a smiley face, has now turned into page after page after page of faces that can communicate anything you can imagine, and also poo. No, that's not chocolate ice cream.
It's not?
No.
It's in the food section, isn't it?
I hope. It's not. That's so just, if you don't understand what it is, that's actually a pretty good rule of thumb for an emoji. If you don't know what it is, don't try and use it.
Because it will get misinterpreted. That's the other thing with emojis is you put one in and someone doesn't know what that means, they will comb over what that means and analyze it. The last thing is the time it takes you to respond. Now, being that this is a conversation, if I was to have the same conversation like this, if I just abruptly stopped after talking, that could come off rude. Am I embarrassed? Did I get annoyed? Did I just have stop texting because my toilet fell on the phone and now it's
Your toilet fell on the phone.
My phone fell in the toilet. And now it's currently sitting in a bag of rice.
It's a tough thing to know why they're taking so long to text or, what's going on. So it's one of these things where you have to it's like this formula, and you just kind of have to, the more you text, the more you understand the formula. And every once in a while you understand the tone and then you can talk to somebody. It's convenient, though. That's why people text. It's convenient.
It's quick. It's easy. You can send out a text and get a message across in when you're busy doing other things and can't talk.
So now we're going to illustrate how hard it is to interpret a text.
So let's say I get a random text from a number that's not on my phone. This is a friendly person. They know me. Who is this? Hello to you, person. I don't know. What's up, bro? This is a friend. We're buds. Oh, jeez. Am I in trouble? Any of these things from, the way that you open a text is really going to show some kind of emotion. It shows feeling. It shows how familiar you are with someone.
And that was all without any emoji, without any, it was just words. Mm-hmm. And just that alone can be hard to interpret. All right. So the next one, let's say that I went to JD's house and I helped him move a box. And I left, and on my way home, I got this text. Oh, you're welcome. That's really nice of you. Oh, well, maybe I thought it was help. Did he not have a very good time? He may be having an aneurysm. I don't know what's going on right now. But, granted, I did drop the box and everything broke inside. But you know what? I thought he was okay with that. He said he was okay with that. Again, it's difficult. All right, next one.
Now say David and I are going to go to lunch. And I want to know where he wants to go to lunch. And this is what I get. All right, well, maybe I'll just choose where we're going to go. Okay, does he want me to go get it for him? Does he want to go at all? Jeez. Okay, well, I don't even know what that means, but I guess we're not doing lunch.
So let's say that I got some tickets to a sports game.
Ooh.
And we went. It was a great sports game. The team that played the other team won and the other team lost. And the next day, I got this text. Thanks, JD. So did I. Thanks for coming with me. I had a good time. Huh. Well, I guess it wasn't great. Not really into sports, but I don't know. Well, I didn't know he had that good of a time. We may have to have a talk. All right. And the last one.
Well, yeah. Second to last one.
Oh.
We have two more.
Oh, second to last one.
Say I am running late to our man grooming Matty Petty facial session, which probably happens quite a bit. The running late, the Matty Petty session, maybe not. And I text David that I'm running late. And this is what I get back. Okay, well, I'll be there as soon as I can. Oh, geez, man. I'm sorry. I couldn't help it. Traffic. Maybe I shouldn't go. I'll just let him be there.
All right. And the last one. Let's say I'm trying to figure out what I should have for breakfast. And I have two options. I have Captain Crunch and I have Cocoa Puffs. And you know what? I don't know what I want, but JD, being a cereal connoisseur, is a great resource in this. And so I asked him, should I have the Crunchies with the Captain, or should I have the Puffs with the Cocoa and the Bird? And you know what? I really want to know about this. So here's what happens. Oh, he's writing back. Oh, wow. He's writing a lot back. This is going to be a long text. I didn't know he was this passionate about, Cocoa Puffs. And I'm waiting. I'm hungry, so it'd be nice if he gets in the text soon. It's a pretty simple decision, like one or the other. And well, what's going on? Now it's gone. I have no idea what he wants. I'm waiting. What do I eat? Do I eat the Captain Crunch? Do I eat the Cocoa Puffs? Oh, my word. I'm just hungry. I just want to eat something. I don't know what I want. What if I make the wrong decision? Why doesn't he write me back? I mean, did I offend him? Should I not ask him about this? Is it too personal? I mean, it's just cereal. So, okay, maybe I'll have Captain Crunch. I mean, well, if I don't get some berries in there. Oh, good idea. I'll have that.
All right. So now that you know how to interpret texts, or at least have a better understanding of the many finer points of texting, what did we miss? What are some of your pet peeves in texting?
Or what are tricks that you found to help you communicate the tone of a text to somebody?
Well, thank you so much for watching this episode and liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing to our videos. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, and make sure you follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for more great content from us. And now that you know how to interpret a text, here's a video showing you when to text.
Hey, what you doing?
Driving, what you doing?
Driving and texting?
Are you sure you should be doing that?
Yes, because I'm a texpert.